Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered how much the building materials cost in your country? Wow, today in this video I'm actually going to share with you how much building material actually cost in Zambia, and to be specific, this is in Lusaka. So yeah, if you're new on my channel, kindly consider subscribing, turn on the bell notification so that whenever I do post a new video, you guys don't miss like any single of my upload. My name is Samson. So I do a lot of travel videos on my other channel. I do farming content. I do real estate investment, just to encourage people that you should actually, at least invest, especially those that are in the diaspora. Consider at least investing back home. So in this video, we'll look at the prices of how much the raw materials actually costing right now in Zambia, and to be specific, Lusaka, like I said. Now, there are others that have actually told me that they've experienced, if I may say, let me just use the right word here. They've been scammed by their relatives or by their friends who they entrusted back home, like here in Zambia. So today, I'll actually give you an idea of how much certain things actually cost. Without further ado, like the video, subscribe, and share. Let's get started. Okay, so let me just show you guys what we have here. So this is a place where we've been building like a little orphans for actually our subscriber. But here you can see the bit of raw material. What you can see here, behind me here, is actually the sand. And this sand, of course, it was like a 20-ton sand. That was building sand, that is, which you can see here. But then how much did it cost? So when you're looking at the way in Zambia, in the Zambian setup, anyway, I don't know where you're watching from, but if you're looking at the Zambian setup, you will find that this is a 20-ton. Of course, this was a 20-ton. So this 20-ton right here, the cost actually varies. It varies from places to places. But here specifically in Lusaka, even in Lusaka, it depends with how far the delivery is supposed to be made. So the cost actually depend on that. Okay. So now, for example, what we have here, the 20-ton of sand, costs about 3,500 to about 3,800, somewhere there. Okay. But like I said, you may find that in certain places which are closer to the source, you can actually buy sand at 2,800 to 3,000, somewhere there, depending like on those factors. How far is it from the source? So that's how much sand costs. This is okay. Then let us look at the other material which you really need when you are building, like back here in Zambia. Wow, almost everywhere in the world. So it is called the quarry dust. The quarry here. Yeah, you can see. So this is what we have here. This is simply quarry. Okay, and this quarry normally also depends on how far you are getting the materials from. Like I said about the sand or the materials, you look at the distance, where they're coming from. So others may be in some areas, they may be cheap. In some areas, they may be even super expensive because of the distance anyway. And also the prices varies because of maybe the production of it has reduced due to load shedding, for example. So actually, the time I was building my house in Kahale, we were buying, let me just run through that. We were buying quarry at about 6,500 kwacha. So it was super expensive. Actually, in some cases, it went up to 7,000 kwacha. But now, because at least the load shedding has reduced a bit, you find that such is actually costing around 5,800 kwacha. Yeah, so, but also in some cases, you can actually find, if you are closer to the source, you can even buy it at 4,800 kwacha, somewhere there. But in many instances, about 5,000, 5,500, 5,800 kwacha, somewhere there, you get yourself a 20 ton. So this is purely a 20 ton of this quarry. So now again, the problem is that when you're buying quarry for building, like building, you can see like the one we have here, it's can I say like quarry dust to some extent. But when you are building like a two bedroomed house, wow, you don't need like a 20 ton, you know, but we normally buy 20 ton because you may actually use the rest for other things, you know, when you're building around. And you can use it for other things, in short. Okay, but then when you're buying for building, for your footing, or maybe for putting the ring beams and stuff like that, you need this to be mixed with about 10 millimeters of stones. So like the stones you can see here, they are very small. So you need like 10 millimeters. Okay, so when we bought this one, we actually had to buy the 10 millimeter stones, which you can see here. Okay, so when you're building, but when you're ordering, this is something you can see. For us here, it's separate. There's this, and then there's the stones. So quarry stones and this, when you are buying, you need to tell them expressly. You have to tell them that you need to mix. So we call it quarry mixed. So they're going to give you 10 ton of the dust and 10 ton of the stones mixed together, you know, which is very good, like for your footing and stuff like that. So otherwise, this is how much these are costing here in Zambia, okay, at this particular moment. So okay, so now let us look at the cost of cement and the blocks. You know, like the main things, the things that we see normally on a house is the cement and the blocks. Okay, cement and the blocks. So then, how much are the blocks? Like in Zambia, you know, like so in Zambia we've got different types of blocks. The most common ones are actually the ones that I'm going to talk about. So we've got like 4 inches, we've got 6 inches, and we've got 8 inches. But 8 inches, surely, those are used when building like, you know, like industries, like big buildings, or upstairs, you know, that is where actually the 6 inches are used mainly. Even you, if you're building a small house, you can actually use 6 inches, but what for? You know, like 6 inches are enough. You know, they are strong, they are good. So yeah, so normally in Zambia, what is commonly used for houses, it's actually the 6 inches. Okay, so let's talk about the 6 inches and the cost right about now. Okay, so when you're looking at the 6 inches, let me just show you what we are using here. When building this wall fence, we actually used the blocks that you're able to see here. These are actually 6 inches, what you can see here. Yeah, so these are the 6-inch sort of blocks which are commonly used in Zambia. Okay, and then we have the small ones, which we are calling the 4 inches. So they are slightly, instead of from here to here, they go maybe somewhere up to here. You know, like this is moved like somewhere here. So like that, just an idea, or you know how a 4-inch actually look like. So the 6 inches blocks here in Zambia, they actually cost between they're actually costing between 7 kwacha to about 12 kwacha. So you may be wondering all that difference, you know, like the range is just way too big. But what happens is, like I said about the other materials, it depends with how far the material is coming from, and also like how many inches. So like I said, the 6 inches between 7 kwacha to about 12,000. So deep, if you go deep, like from where I am here, let me maybe talk about that one, because I will give you a clear and good information. Where I am here in Kawango West, mostly we are buying these at 9 kwacha. Okay, 9 kwacha. Now, again, there are other companies that are like in Kahale village. You go down this way, 70-70 road, if I may put it that way. Along that, you find that there are other companies that are actually selling at 7 kwacha. Others actually selling at 7 kwacha 50 ngwe. And those companies can actually deliver from there to here, you know. So, of course, at a fee. But you look at, so those people that are living along the 70-70 road, for those that may not know, 70-70 road is actually a road that was, it's a new road which is used for trucks, so that trucks don't pass through the CBD. They have created this road from 6 miles. So if you're coming from the northern part of Zambia and the Copper Belt, you branch off somewhere near 6 miles. You get into this road, which takes you all the way to the southern part of Lusaka, which is in Makeni area there. That's where you join the road leading you to Livingstone and Zimbabwe, South Africa, like that, you know, and Botswana and things like that. So there's that road which divert the trucks. It was actually meant for trucks, you know, that are carrying copper from Congo, from the Copper Belt of Zambia to South Africa and these other parts of Southern Africa. So they normally use this road so that they avoid those trucks destroying the CBD roads and stuff like that. So along that road, you find that there are other companies that are actually selling blocks at 7 kwacha and 7 kwacha 50 ngwe. So actually last time there were 6 kwacha 50 ngwe, others, you know. So those people are enjoying that side. You can get those blocks at that particular price. But in many instances, like where I am right now, it's actually 9 kwacha. Okay, and you need to provide your own transport, or you pay them for transport and things like that. Okay, but then let us look at cement. Cement, how much is cement right now? So cement also differs depending on the number of companies. Just yesterday I was reading the news that the Zambezi Portland cement is now selling at 146 kwacha. Yeah, that's the news I got yesterday, but I've never seen, I don't normally see Zambezi's Portland cement right in our neighborhood here. So, but the cement that is common here is the Great Wall, and then we've got cement called Sinoma. Yeah, Sinoma cement. And then we've got the oldest cement, which is Chilanga cement, or Mpamvu, as others may actually call it. Mpamvu means strong, guys, strong like Samson. So Mpamvu. And then we've got the Dangote one. Yeah, I was almost forgetting the Dangote one. So normally, Dangote is about 155. Dangote is about 165 here. So Chilanga cement is going for, like here in my area, it's about 180 kwacha per bag. 180 kwacha per bag. Okay. And then we've got, of course, Dangote, which is about 165. And then we've got this one, which we are using here, which is called the Great Wall, which is going for 160. And then the Zambezi Portland, I'm told, according to the news, they've reduced and it's going for 146 kwacha, that is. Okay, so those are the prices for the materials. So now when you're building a house, a 2-bedroomed house, when raising the walls, you are looking at about 50 bags of cement. Okay, you're looking at 50 bags of cement, somewhere around there anyway. You may calculate, because mostly when you're building, we use 4 wheelbarrow of this building sand per bag. Okay, so we put like this is 4 wheelbarrow of sand, and then we add, this is actually 4, like this, 4 wheelbarrows of sand, you add 1 bag of cement. Okay, but others, of course, if you've got lots of money, you can use 3 wheelbarrows of sand, you put one pocket for extra strength. You know what I mean? For extra strength. So when we say involve somebody like me when you are building, so that we can just see, walk around, and maybe take a video and make sure that the people that are building are doing a good job. What I mean is, for example, instead of putting like 4 wheelbarrows of sand, a builder who wants to steal, who is dishonest, would want to put 5 wheelbarrows per one pocket, so that when they do this 4 times, they've got 1 bag of cement for themselves. Okay, so that is what they do. So that's why you need somebody to be there, always monitor what is going on and things like that. Okay, so otherwise, that's how the building is done. So you can calculate each bag, like the 4 wheelbarrows of sand plus the cement, would cover about 60 blocks. Okay, about 60 blocks. So that's the reason why, if you look at the 3,000 blocks, which are required for a 2-bedroom house with everything, they will normally you are normally going to spend about 50 something pockets of cement to raise the walls of up to the window level, up to the roof level. That's what I mean. So yeah, you can do some math, and those that are builders, you can go through and let me know what you think about this. We may differ here and there, but that's the general way of building. The general way of building. It's not like I'm an expert in this. I'm just talking through experience, through experience, like building here, building there, building with different builders, like things like that. I gain such kind of experience. Okay, so I think I've talked about this course of these things, and I'm going to end the video from here. But let me know what you think about this in the comments down below, and if you are looking to buy land in Zambia, you can actually contact me. There's my WhatsApp line on this particular video. Yeah, then we can get talking. Okay, I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves.